Happy Halloween, everybody!
Yes!
Nameco here, Commander Moses to my right. Apologies for those that have always known our Halloween shows. We really do it up. This guy just moved, kind of hindered some of our
find
props.
all my props.
So, this is what we're going with. I think we did all right. What do you think, Dustin? Or Commander Moses?
I'm liking it. Got my microphone and my beard. It's looking pretty good. If you got questions, post them in the forums. We update these rankings throughout the week with most updated stuff with all the injuries and everything. Click on the link in the description to see the most updated ranks. Mr. Nameco, quarterbacks.
All right, so trick or treat, definitely trick, because all these stupid injuries, that was just awful.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
So here's the thing. All the guys I'm going to talk about are kind of banged up. The first guy I'm going to talk about in quarterbacks is Big Ben. I don't understand some of the projections out there in sites having a big goose egg for him. He is going to play this week. He had a knee injury. He's going to get in some limited practices. I don't see why I won't play. Obviously, make sure Sunday morning. But if I had Big Ben, I'd be comfortable and confident with starting him.
At number 15, Colin Kaepernick. You got to be a little bit excited about him this week. That matchup against New Orleans, you got to like that. And with him, the passing yards have been okay, but it's more about the rushing. Averaging 75 rushing yards a game so far. I mean, that alone makes him worthy of a spot start. I mean, he could be a top 10 quarterback this week, especially with, just with what he can do with his legs alone.
At number 12, running backs. We're moving on to running backs. At number 12, dyslexic. Don't make fun of me. It's a real disease. Is Spencer. It's real.
It's not real.
It's Spencer Ware. So the thing about Spencer Ware, he's in the concussion protocol right now. A lot of people went crazy picking up Wes, and I get it, especially if you're a Ware owner, you should. But Ware at most is going to be out 1 week. I actually think there's there's a chance that he plays, and we have him ranked as so as if he does play. With Nick Foles at the helm, they might be pushing him to even play because they got a better chance to win if he's the starting running back. So just monitor that situation.
Last two people in this graphic, Mr. Tim Hightower and Mr. Mark Ingram. Unfortunately, all I think this does is make another running back mess.
Yay!
Because Ingram's in the doghouse, yes, but he's not going to go away. And Hightower deserves some touches. But he's not going to go away either. So it's just going to turn to a split. But this week in particular, going up against San Francisco, there should be enough for both of them to have value. They're both a little scary, though, just because we don't know what the coaching staff's going to do in terms of how they're going to split those carries. But it's very good chance that both of them are RB2s this week.
Commander Moses is just, I don't know why. It's the Nameco funny mode somehow.
I like it.
Great mix. All right. I'm moving on. I'm talking about LaShawn McCoy. He's got a hammy. He's got a hamstring injury. So the thing about McCoy is they think he might get some limited work at the end of this week. It might be kind of crazy to play him because of the bye that's coming up, but I think that there's a chance again that they play him. If he does, he might actually move up a little bit these rankings, but it is Seattle, so it's a little bit tough. He's less likely to play probably than Ware, but there's still a chance.
Let's talk about those Tampa Bay running backs at 27-28.
Oh boy, new man crush coming.
Well, here's the thing. I said in my waiver wire show, I like Peyton Barber a little bit more as the pickup. And I do think he's still kind of the guy that's probably going to be the early down guy. He's definitely more suited for between the tackles, fall forward type guy. But Anton Smith is going to be the passing down guy, and he has huge big play potential. But will he break one? So I still think in a standard league, Barber's a little safer. That's why we have him here. We think he probably gets the goal lines. But if you're looking for a home run, you're looking for a fun play, or you're in a PPR league, giving the slight edge to Smith on this one.
Or you're Dustin, you start him in 5 leagues.
I just
Moving on.
I just might.
To 5 leagues? You can start him in 5?
I didn't get him in 1. I can start him in 4.
4 leagues. All right, moving on to wide receiver, number 11, we have T.Y. Hilton. Again, I'm talking injuries. That's what I'm doing this whole show. He's got a hamstring injury. At first, it was looking like there was no way he was going to play this week. Now it's getting a little bit better, so we have him ranked as so. Even if he does play, he might be a little bit limited, but he's a gamer. He's only missed 2 games since 2012. If the hamstring's not that bad, I think he's on the field.
Let's move on to the Denver-Oakland game. Talk about Amari Cooper. I think a lot of people that own the Oakland receivers are going to be a little reluctant to put him in their lineup going up against Denver. And here's the thing with Denver. Not only have they been the toughest against wide receivers, they've been by far the toughest against wide receivers. So this is a scary matchup. But Oakland's looked good. I mean, Oakland's offense has looked good enough to where you're not completely shying away from him. Yes, he's probably not a wide receiver 1 this week, but unless you got some solid options, you're probably starting him this week.
All right, in number 32, I'm talking about Ty Montgomery. So he's got sickle cell, he's got a kidney issue. I got no idea if he plays.
Whatever that means.
I honestly, these other guys, I'm like, it's concussion protocol, doesn't seem that bad. It's a hamstring injury, he's a gamer. I got no previous kind of stuff to go on with this. If you own him, check back to see if he plays. I don't know what to tell you.
And if
hopefully you can get Devontae Adams and just play whoever plays.
And if you know what that means, let us know. Like, is his kidney gonna like explode
because of the sickle cell?
Like,
it gets a weird.
Does he feel drowsy? Like, is he gonna faint? Like, what?
If he gets hit in the kidney, because it rupture more easy?
I don't know.
That's what I'm going with. I'm going a hit is more likely to rupture a kidney, which would be bad.
Why?
Because of the sickle cell.
But what does that
obviously.
mean?
I have no idea.
I wish they would tell us more. Travis Benjamin, I want to talk about. It's kind of a mess out
he's
there.
Banged up.
He is, stealing a banged up guy from you.
Yeah, look at you. Good job.
So it's kind of a mess out there with the Chargers. Tyrell Williams is banged up as well. Travis Benjamin's banged up. Not a terrible matchup against Tennessee, and you know they're going to throw the ball a decent amount. So who's going to catch it? Pay a close attention to this one. Inman could be a decent pickup and play if one or both of those guys miss. As of right now, we've got them both in our top 40, but that could definitely change as the week goes on. So keep an eye out on that. But Benjamin has been okay this year, but the knee injury makes him someone to definitely maybe steer away from this week. But just pay close attention to the injury reports.
So as we move to the tight end position, everyone that Dustin just talked about was a little bit banged up. So since there isn't really any, tight ends of note that are banged up, I'm going to talk about Gates because all the Charger pass catchers are. If they don't play, Gates could have a monster day. I really like him in PPR formats as well as a pick up and play. If you own a guy like a Jordan Reed or of course a Gronk and Gates is on the wire, I think he's a great plug and play this week.
Now I got an interesting guy for you, Austin Hooper. Out there with
Hooper.
There you go.
Hanging with my man.
That's such a good show.
It's such a good show. The kids don't know. Leave a comment if you know what show that is.
Some people will know. Some people will definitely know. Austin Hooper, Atlanta tight end at Tampa Bay. He's starting to get more involved with the offense, and he's starting to become potentially fantasy relevant. I mean, he had 5 catches for 41 last week. Not a bad matchup this week going up against Tampa. So if you're desperate, Hooper's not a bad guy in deeper leagues.
All right.
He's on the radar now.
He's on the radar. Defenses talking about the Kansas City Chiefs against the Jags. And while he's not banged up, Blake Bortles is terrible at football.
But he brought in a coach to work on his
He is
motion.
the king of garbage time. He is not a good NFL. So sure, he puts up some fantasy points. He is not good. He is a bust, in my opinion. Terrible, trash time. Casey's going to get some picks, sacks, whatever they want on him. He's not good. I didn't draft him in any leagues because I knew he wasn't good.
It was ugly last week.
Yeah, but he scored, 30 points? What was upset?
Yeah.
The first 3 quarters were so bad. He looked like the worst quarterback ever.
His line hasn't helped him, to his defense.
No, I mean, he's not the worst quarterback ever. A lot of teams would be happy to have him, but it just hasn't gotten better
Give the
this
guy
year.
some time to throw.
Yeah.
Green Bay I want to talk about going up against Indy. If you want to talk about another team that needs to give their quarterback some time to throw.
Why don't these teams draft Lions? Sorry.
I mean, you're
Terrible GMs.
You got a guy back there that you're paying top 3? Or is he the highest
think he's
paid?
number 1.
Yeah, I think he's the highest one right now. So protect the guy, but they're not. Green Bay is going to get some sacks, maybe force some mistakes from Mr. Luck, but like Green Bay, they were my pick up and play this week.
You know what GMs should do? GMs, like on both of these teams, next draft, all of their draft picks, 6 picks, all offensive line.
Yeah.
Because if 3 offensive linemen work out, that's like the
always-
greatest draft ever.
Yeah, but you can find guys on free agency.
Can you? Are they good at that? I don't think so.
Once you get into the later rounds, there's not that many good linemen left.
All right, sure. The first 4 rounds, then take some lottery tickets on receivers and whatnot.
You don't think they've thought about that? Ooh.
Buckets.
Happy Halloween! Click on the link for the most.
Your beard's falling,
updated-
Moses! I love Commando Moses. Give a thumbs up for Commando Moses. I don't know why. He just had the beer on. I was wearing the helmet, and I put on his head, and I started laughing, and I was like, I think it's your best one ever. It's
a good look.
And he was really upset because he took a lot of time to work on the Pop-Tart 2 years ago,
Pop-Tart was
the
good.
face of himself, which was just creepy as all get out. What
You
else
should
have
go back
been?
and look at that one.
I want to go look at all of them, actually. I don't
There's
even
some good
remember what
ones.
we've been.
There's some good ones. Go back and look at all our Halloween
Check those
episodes.
out. Thumbs up, please.